Welcome aboard to Ironside Sheets. Today we're going to be talking about Z-Raptor by Steve Cole. Is it as good as I remember it? Absolutely. Z-Raptor by Steve Cole is the second book in his The Hunting Trilogy and the sequel to Z-Rex. I read this trilogy when I was, it was a long time ago, but I'm not sure how long. Point being, I remember loving this book. It was my favorite of the trilogy, and until I read Z Apocalypse, it retains its position. This is one of those books I would recommend to someone who is not a big reader. However, you do have to read Z Rex to fully understand Z Raptor. Now, let's dig into this masterpiece. Minor spoilers ahead, you have been warned. The story picks up a few months after the events in Z Rex. Adam and his father plan to meet up for dinner. Life is pretty much normal for Adam. His father is back to his workaholic ways, and he is left alone for most of the day. Dinner with his dad is a welcome change from the monotony. Understandably, Adam is incredibly paranoid. On his way to meet up with his father, he tries to quiet his nerves. However, his nervousness and paranoia are justified. A guy starts chasing him through the New York crowds, aided by someone driving through the streets. Adam hauls it through the city and eventually lucks out by getting a cab. That's when the driver mentions they already have his dad and that if he had taken a cab, it would have been much easier to get a hold of him. The only consolation is that he shows Adam his FBI badge. Adam and his father are reunited and shown a disturbing video. They aren't done with gene flow, not by a long shot. This is where I believe this book outperforms its predecessor. The setup for the plot is far more interesting and much less jarring. The story continues with the FBI agent bringing the guy that chased Adam through the city to Adam and his father's apartment. A smashed lamp and a pew pew later, and Adam wakes up on a ship. A fresh supply of greasy, oily fecal matter hits the already stained fan. The title of this book is a massive spoiler. What is a Z-Raptor, you ask? Simple, read Z-Rex and you'll get the whole picture. However, a quick rundown would be that Z stands for zenith, pinnacle, peak. Take that as you will if you haven't read any of the books yet. This is where I gush. Steve Cole really got something right with this one. Adam is a massive wuss in his misadventures with Zed. Frankly, he has you caring more for Zed than he does for Adam. But Adam grows in this book. Cole shows you just how squishy Adam is as soon as Adam gets off the boat. He needs help from the get-go. He does his best to be useful, but he has zero survival skills. How are survival skills important in this book, you ask? Read the book and find out. The best thing he can be used for is bait and a shallow well of information. He can't help. Not really. Someone recollects the greasy splattered matter and hurls it at the poor fan repeatedly throughout this book. And you can just hear the sickening squelch every time it lands. Just Adam learns to take it. He toughens up, not just doing what is right because it will help him be free, but also to right what is wrong and to hinder gene flow, because that's always a bonus. This book has great action sequences, tactics, gore, violence. It is not for children who like dinosaurs. This is for teenagers who don't really read or are looking for something exciting. Or teenagers that like dinosaurs or love dinosaurs, because that's good too. Steve Cole has a writing practice that I didn't notice the first time around. Now I am looking forward to reading Z Apocalypse to see if it happens again. As for the characters, it's like I said before for Adam. He toughens up in this book. He goes from soft and squishy to less soft and squishy. He develops mental resilience and pushes himself whenever necessary. However, he doesn't lose his skepticism, questioning things when they don't seem quite right. Though, in this scenario, I don't think there is a point where you can truly quit questioning everything. Harm is the Spitfire that Adam needed to get his act together. She attracts Adam's attention without being promiscuous or vying for it. She was, kind of, willing to let him perish if he didn't have anything to offer. After all, he is another mouth to feed, to protect. Despite her misgivings, she has a heart and is willing to do what is hard for the good of others. She is tough and trucks along as necessary. Emotions affect her, but don't take over her every waking moment. Lisa and David are there. They're side characters, not particularly good, not particularly bad. Chen. 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 You remind me of one Colonel Mustang, just lamer. He's capable of doing great good, but he lets greed and impulse get in his way. Stone, not bad, but he repeats part of one of his lines and it throws me off. Other than that, not bad. What to say about Loner? Saying he's capable, competent, creative, intelligent doesn't quite cut it. He's dangerous, but restrains himself. He thinks many steps ahead of anyone and everyone else. No matter how many problems arise, he has a plan to course correct and get everybody moving forward again. The best character in this book. To get through this review, I listened to Matt M's 94's Finest interlude. No sponsorship, no collaboration, just a good beat and to get some work done too. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me until the end. If you want more content, you can check out my website, which has more reviews I've done as well as books I've written. You can follow me on Instagram, where I post what I am currently reading, as well as the progress I've made on my latest book. Both are linked in the description. Here on YouTube, you will find the audio version of the reviews I've done, answers to your questions, which you can ask me through my Instagram, and reviews on short stories that I otherwise wouldn't be able to write full reviews on. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.